What's going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney 2. When we left off, we lost, but we're back because we got this boy stuff going on because we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We almost got ourselves, well, we kind of got our defendant acquitted and declared not guilty, but we want the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
So we got Sithe up here going on, and we were like, that caused the impact from the cage, falling from the stage, but that's not it. We tried to go with the cage to be like, oh, maybe there was something about it, but that's not quite it. It is actually the crime scene photo.
And I don't know why.
Because there's a very specific thing to it. Because I looked up to see what it is. So, it's because the blood is flowing downward. Flowing down the body, which shows that the body was at a vertical stance at the time. Which means there's something fishy's going on here. What the what?
Wait, what? Did you present it to the wrong statement?
I swear I presented it to the right one. I'm just gonna how do I get out of here? I'm gonna go back to the title and reset this.
What?
Yeah, go back to the title screen. Or does it need to be on the other one? But I don't think so. I'm just gonna go back from the save thing. There's a load, it loads. And then we go over here. We're just gonna make sure the cause of death was the impact from falling from the state.
You sure that was the right one?
I guess maybe it wasn't, so I guess I'll go ahead and switch it quick. Cause I swear to God, the walkthrough did thing unless wait. Well, no, I can't examine the picture with the magnifying glass or anything, so I can't like update it. Come on, okay, load, switch, please, thank you.
Well, the game does not like that.
So let's go ahead and change the statement, and we'll do it to the other one. Very well. So what was this one exactly again? The victim's corpse lay right there in front of me. I stabbed the screwdriver into his... Okay, so that one it can also work there. So, oh god.
Jeez.
Okay. It's going to be this.
You passed it like 3 times.
I'm
there
good
you
at
go.
That, so, we're on the track now. We're going back to it. It's a contradiction.
You somehow managed to mess it up even with a walkthrough.
Yep. That's how I do. I think this might point to a terrifying truth. When the walkthrough's in Japanese, it gets a little complicated. So.
Oh, true.
Well, what's the matter, defense? I thought you had an objection.
Excuse me, my lord. In Dr. Sithe's testimony just now, there was a major contradiction, and an inexplainable one at that.
Inexplicable.
Inexplicable.
Gasp.
What are you talking about, attorney? That contradiction can be seen in this photograph. This is a picture of the victim as he was at the scene of the crime. We've already thoroughly examined this photo. No new information can be gleaned from it.
Yes, it can.
You're right in saying that we've examined it, but with this testimony, the situation has completely changed. Just with this testimony?
Yep.
I believe it'll be faster to just ask the defense for their thoughts. What's in this photograph contradicts the testimony?
The blood spatter, something I would have never guessed on my own in a million years.
Yeah.
I would never thought about that.
Me neither.
Technically, the blood stain on the victim's chest. You'll notice that the trail of blood is heading down towards the victim's feet.
But what does it mean?
Classic.
If you were stabbed right before the experiment, then surely it's only natural for the blood to... Ah! But that isn't how it actually happened.
Exactly. Dr. Sithe was very clear in her testimony. She stole the defendant's screwdriver and stabbed it into the victim's chest.
After he already fell. And he was on the floor.
But this was after the trick when the cage had fallen 30 feet underneath the stage. After its descent, the cage should have fallen on its side given its shape. Where the victim were to be stabbed under these circumstances, the blood should have pooled and spread out evenly from the wound. There's absolutely no way it could have trailed down towards his feet.
She's like, wow.
However, since that's what actually happened, then it can only mean that the victim was standing up when you stabbed him. In other words, Dr. Sithe,
He was alive.
this is a huge lie in your testimony.
No.
Oh boy. Ooh, drama shot.
Yes.
So I was right. This contradiction leads to one truth and one truth alone. We went under a false assumption this whole time. But what? A false assumption? What exactly do you claim that is? Dr. Sithe? You assisted with the crime after being coerced by Drebber's letter. You tampered with the victim's body in order to frame the defendant for the crime. You then falsified an autopsy report to submit. At least, that's what you claimed. There's a huge lie hidden in these statements, and the contradiction with the bloodstain has uncovered that lie. Just what exactly is this lie?
Defense, tell us! What lie of Dr. Sith does his contradiction point to?
Falsifying the
brain's
autopsy
starting.
report. The cause of death was the stab wound, because she killed him.
Yeah. I like that one.
I'm
You
smart.
said you wrote up this autopsy report just after examining the victim's body. But are you sure that wasn't a lie? She shooketh.
Yeah,
to her
she's like,
core
wow,
right now.
you're smart. Excuse me, I'm afraid you've lost me.
In truth, you had some of your young assistants examine the body and write this up for you. But you took it away from them using your authority, depriving them of their hard work. Can you look me in the eye and tell me that I'm wrong?
Yes, I can.
Well, I can't fault you for that. That was actually the wrong choice.
Oh,
What on earth was that exchange just now?
And we've lost again. And I
God
didn't save before that because I was
damn
confident in your choice. Hold on, please wait. And then they're gonna guilty. I don't want to even start the whole case. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna.
that was very fast.
I can fast forward the cutscenes. Oh boy, guilty. Well, that hurts a little bit.
I thought I
Oops.
was being smart.
I wasn't quite sure that was right. So
Or was I like overthinking it?
it might have been. So we're on the right. We know it's one of the two answers now, but now we've got to.
It's just, it made sense to me.
I know. Now we've unfortunately got to flip the.
But I should have known if it
I
made
think-
sense to you, then it was probably incorrect.
I think it's the stabbing the body one. That's what I was gonna say because it's the fact that she didn't stab a corpse; she stabbed a living human being.
Did you hear my burn directed at you?
Yes, I did. I tried to ignore it. All right, but now we got to do this again because I didn't save. So we gotta flip the report because she's gonna talk about the stabby, deathy. That wasn't actually a deathy.
Don't start that again.
And then this, and then it goes like that, and then we go like this.
Are we really
and then
making
we
the
go
poor
with
people sit
flash,
through all this?
Yes, we are because we got to get there at some point. Come on. It's not going to take too long. We do this, and then it's like, this is necessary to change the statement. And that goes
Oh
like,
my god. I am so sorry, everyone.
All right, everyone, how are you doing today? You know, I did this is the next video, but
Yeah.
it's still my birthday, so I get to do what I want.
Is we're recording this right after
Yeah,
the
so
previous
my
one.
birthday was everything went totally well. I have no idea what my birthday is like, so this episode screwed everyone's chest, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's a birthday. So yeah, we do this, and we go contradiction.
Oh my
Excuse me.
God. Stop making weird
What are you doing?
noises.
Contradiction is the picture. It's like, what's wrong? We've already looked at that. It's like,
You're
but have you
really
looked at
having
it?
people sit through this?
Yeah, that's not gonna be long. We're gonna do
It's
this.
so much.
It wasn't that much, especially because we're fast forwarding at the speed of freaking light.
It's already been a few minutes.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't even been 1 minute. Well, maybe it's been 1 minute. That's because we're getting distracted. And then she screamed, "No, we're getting to the truth. It's undeniable." And we're just like, "Yeah, guess what? You know what? We're
There's so
we're
much
gonna do the what
slamming.
here." Hey, we did it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and save down here since we now picked it back up. Okay. We're on to it. So it's gonna be the stabby.
Or the blackmail letter.
Well, no, because my assumption is that she would go down there expecting that they were already dead, but they lived.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I gotta do the thing."
They? You mean he?
Yeah, alive. I was just claiming they as in the corpse, the dead
Yeah.
body. That wasn't so dead. Please, stab the body, please. If we think about the order of events, the answer is clear. As the victim's blood ran down towards the floor after he was stabbed, he must have been standing upright. Wasn't the cage on the side after it had fallen below the stage? Exactly. In other words, the victim would have stood up by his own volition. It's impossible if it was already dead. And that's exactly the wrong assumption we've been making. Blah. The cage fell from atop the stage and landed on the ground underneath.
And he got up.
Like, oh man, my neck.
However, the victim wasn't dead yet.
Oh, my neck. Ow.
It's like, oh god, that hurt! After he gained consciousness, Mr. Minigan tried to get out of the cage. But that's when Dr. Sithe appeared. And the game decided to load for a long, long time.
Oh boy.
If the victim was alive at that point, then everything we've learned will be turned on its head.
A turnabout, if you will.
Yeah.
She
And more
straight up
loading.
killed him.
Yep, just murdered the man.
Just poor guy.
One less person that knows the truth.
What was?
So who exactly ended Ladder Minigan's life? It certainly wasn't the defendant, Benjamin Dobinbo. Neither was it Enoch Drebber. Dr. Sithe, it was you.
No. No!
Yes. Yes.
Order. Blah, blah, blah. What in blazes?
Hey, how in the hell do you explain this? You killed him? You tried. You tried to make this trial in by admitting that you assisted in the crime. But that was all a ploy to evade the detection of your true crime. Your horrendous crime of murder.
She was trying to pin it on him and just get away with being an accomplice. Shut your mouth.
Ooh, she's getting all huffy puffy.
Have you lost your mind?
Oh.
He has definitely not lost his mind, sister. The defense formulated this answer after following the trail laid by evidence and logic.
Go off, Queen.
What a joke. I'm sorry to say this, but there's a huge hole in that naive logic of yours.
Naive? What are you talking about?
Ha! Isn't it obvious? Motive, my dear barrister. Why should I want to kill Minigan?
We just talked about that like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Minigan was the leader of a criminal group. Blackmail, extortion, assassination. None of it was beyond him. However, he has no known connection to Courtney Sithe.
Indeed, it's rather hard to believe.
True, it's hard to see any motive at first glance. Something just keeps nagging at me. I feel as if I've seen something somewhere that could show a possible motive.
I admit to tampering with the scene and writing a false autopsy report, but I would never just kill someone, let alone for no reason.
Well, when I thought about why you might want Mr. Minigan dead, I suddenly remembered a certain something.
A certain something.
Oh boy.
In that case, defense, please state your thoughts to the court.
Oh. Slappy time? Alright, Inosuke. Think back to what you saw yesterday.
No slap.
Wasn't there something unusual?
He's confident. You don't need the slap.
Alright, which has a... Alright. Let me go ahead and let me just save here.
Yeah.
Okay, because now I got to use memory. So I'm going to need you on this one. Because this is going like... Oh, God. Okay. What shows Dr. Sith's motive for killing Mr. Minigan? And it was talking about yesterday and seeing something weird. Was it the bazillion lancets that was in the thing? That was weird, but I don't know what motive that would be for killing Mr. Minigan.
Yeah.
But we did have the thing of, like, literally hundreds of them laying...
yeah, and, like, that was... They don't usually put just random facts in.
Yeah.
Unless it's a red herring.
No. But, I mean, he literally said, think back to yesterday of something weird, and at the time, they talked about how weird it was to have so many lancets. I don't know what it would be about the screwdriver or the iron mask. The lancets really weird thing really came from yesterday.
Yeah.
And I saved what I was asking you to make sure that I was not... So, lancets, please. 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 Lancets.
Lancets?
Oh.
Oh, I think we're onto something. Looks like that hit a nerve, huh, Dr. Sith?
No.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, Steve, this is Dr. Sith's office.
Yeah, I remember them being like, what?
Oh, the account book.
It must be a record of the FTF's expenses.
Oh, yeah, the expenses of like
Yeah.
10,000 of
Oh?
them. What's the matter?
It looks like they purchase all sorts of surgical tools and chemicals every month. But there's something odd about this.
What is it?
It says here that they purchase 500 lancets a month.
Yeah, that is weird.
Why would you need that many?
A month.
Yeah.
500 lancets a month?
At first, we wondered what on earth she needed so many for, but the important thing isn't what those lancets are being used for. Is that the money is leaving your account every month. Blackmail is a vital source of funding for Medigan's organization. All we'll need to do is check the accounts, and we'll be able to see exactly where the FTF's money has been going. Oh. 10 years ago, while he was still a journalist, Mr. Medigan wrote this article. It was most likely in pursuit of information for his article that he stumbled upon it. Dr. Sith's most dangerous secret allowed him to blackmail her for 10 whole years.
Oh boy.
A dangerous secret? You don't mean...
I can't claim to know everything what happened on that night of the execution. But when you found yourself face to face with Mr. Medigan, it was the perfect opportunity.
Yep.
You didn't stab that screwdriver in Mr. Medigan's chest because you were forced to. You did it of your own free will. All of it was to forever silence the blackmailer who knew your greatest secret.
Whew. You'll never know. You'll never know just what we've been protecting these last 10 years.
Oh dear. This is about to get fucking... Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What have we done? What have we done?
Alright.
Hey, Trevor. The experimental device exploded and no longer exists. If you don't talk now, the entire truth of this case will be forever lost to the darkness.
And if that happens, there's a very possible chance that Courtney Sith will be able to escape punishment. Please, please tell us the truth.
10 years ago, you spoke the truth and lost the bright future you once had ahead of you. I can understand the irrational anger that you feel, however. You've been fate's plaything all this time. Don't think it's time for you to set yourself free.
You're inspirational, Barrick.
Instant teleportation using electricity? What a joke. Huh? It's those half-baked pseudoscientists that are the most difficult of all. They don't even recognize that they themselves have no skill, so caught up in their idealizations. They cling to their impossible dreams, believing in false talent that they don't even possess.
Damn.
Their eyes sparkle with hope as they rabble on triumphantly about their theories. Try as I might to ignore them, I just can't stand it.
He just straight up roasted Dobenbow.
Yeah, he did.
Witness?
Like, indirectly.
He was like, that guy is a fucking idiot that hired me.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was pretty directly.
I'm rather proud of the illusion I created. I hope you all enjoyed my little show. So you admit it. Everything on that stage was merely a setup for you to kill the victim. That's right. I admit it. I did it all for revenge. Revenge against Mr. Medigan, who took your future away from you 10 years ago. But your revenge didn't end there. You're referring to that wax figure, aren't you?
You encountered that body returning to life at Rogate Cemetery. If that is what truly happened...
Scalia would have been unable to admit it as the truth. The men hiding such a grave reality, sacrificing a young scientist's future was a trifle. And that is exactly why you kidnapped that wax figure. he did his revenge against both Scotland Yard and Dr. Sithe. 1 year ago, by some cruel twist of fate, Mennigan visited my workshop. Having forgotten who I was, he asked for my help, but as an engineer. That's when I noticed a very interesting article in the newspaper he brought with him. He said the coroner responsible for the autopsy 10 years ago was now head of the FTF. When I learned of that, I immediately concocted my plan.
How awful.
I turned the plan of the man who had stolen my future from me against himself. And then I manipulated Scotland Yard into cooperating with me and doing my bidding. I wanted to humiliate them as they humiliated me.
Oh boy. Every time you clear your throat, it sounds like you're being punched in the gut.
Listen, I'm sorry. There's just a lump in my throat all the time.
Just the way you clear it, it's just like, ah!
If I don't do it aggressively, it doesn't do anything. Revenge against those who wronged you. Nobody has the right to steal the future of another. I'm in full agreement with that. But for your crimes, you have done the very same to somebody else. Huh?
Yeah.
The defendant, Dr. Dobinbo, just wanted to prove that his theory was true. But by taking advantage of his genuine feelings like that, you've branded him as a fraud and a cheat. Oh, bless you. Oh my god, I feel a sneeze too. Crap.
Do you really?
You may have had your future stolen away from you. Don't tease me like that, dog. Come on. But you did the very same to somebody else. Never forget that.
Our faces hate us right now.
Yes, they do.
I'm allergic to plot. You good, dude?
You feel bad? You should feel bad.
I guess he does.
I guess he feels bad.
Lord Van Zieks, what is Dr. Sith's current status?
Upon issuance of an emergency warrant, she was swiftly arrested. She'll be tried at a later date along with Enoch Drebber.
This is really unfortunate. And in light of her long years of hard work and service, an utterly unbelievable truth. But this is not the time, defendant.
Yes, my lord.
Behind your scientific experiment lay all manner of dark motives. However, I believe the entire truth has now come to light. After a long and arduous trial, your innocence has been proven.
Oh. That struggles up my eyes. Rip them open almost. I've really been so self-centered, so selfish, and so terribly foolish.
Yeah.
Dr. Dobinbo. Well,
I've always had a one-track mind, thinking of nothing more than my research. I'm not even that talented, and yet I believe I could achieve such great things. But through it all, I've only caused misery to others. Such torment suffer those far greater than me.
defendant, you are mistaken.
What?
That man chose to leave desolation in his wake, and his path just so happened to cross yours. Your own actions had nothing to do with that man's doings.
Prosecutor Van Zieks. He's being a friend.
It wasn't long ago that he was humiliating you at the stand. He called you talentless.
But is he wrong?
However, he hasn't the faintest idea. Not even a single clue about how hard you worked for that theory you genuinely believed in.
Oh.
Not a soul has the right to ridicule you for sticking by your beliefs until the bitter end.
He basically said, fuck those guys.
Oh. Thank you, Barrick.
Wow, he just gave his friend a pep talk.
Yeah.
What is this character development? Stop!
Now, friend to the sins of the jury,
Yes, my lord.
I would like to ask for your thoughts on the not guilty verdict. Do you have any objections?
Of course not, my lord.
I do not have any either.
I've been given a lot to think about this during the trial. It all makes sense thinking of it scientifically.
Huh? What? Are we done here?
Oh my god.
Hey, Scotland Yard!
Where did all go so wrong? And where's my tapioca?
What?
Very well.
People like tapioca, right?
I will now deliver the final verdict for the defendant. Not guilty!
Yay!
Fireworks!
Confetti.
Yeet those fireworks into the
There they are.
courtroom.
Let's not burn the place down yet,
Sure,
though.
it's like, yeah!
Well done, Master Naruto. You've unleashed the Kraken. Good job.
What?
And with that, court is now adjourned.
And is going to be adjourned. It is going to be adjourned until next time, where we're going to finish this off. It's probably not going to be a long finale, but it is going to split it because it's better than a long video for us. So,
Yeah.
but I'm saying release Kraken because we've kind of opened up the floodgates to all kinds of hell to break loose of whatever they've been trying to hide for 10 years about the professor.
Yeah.
So, like I've said, it's like, oh, well done. You're about to end the British Empire single-handedly.
So it was a metaphor. Okay.
Yes, not literally.
I thought-
no, maybe the professor
Listen,
is the Kraken.
when you're doing a bit with Sherlock, I don't know.
Even Sherlock doesn't know.
Even though he is smarter than he looks.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Selectively smart.